Hi. Today, something you're probably really tired of hearing about, and what I'm going to do is encourage everybody to just kind of stop talking about it. Right? To a point. To a point. I mean, there's still maybe some actions that need to be taken and some things that need to be done, and you got to do certain things to keep yourself safe and all that. But gosh darn it, people are talking about coronavirus nonstop and they won't shut the fuck up about it. Aren't you tired of hearing about it? Now, it is a problem. There is a lot of miseducation. I've noticed people are kind of writing this off like, oh, it's this really big deal. Or no, what they're saying is, oh gosh, people are making a big deal out of it, and it's really not that big of a deal. It actually is a big deal, guys. And there is a discussion to be had about why some of the other like weird pandemic viruses that have come around in the last like 10 years or whatever, 10 or 15 years, well, why didn't the government make a big deal about those things? And that is a legitimate question. I mean, that's kind of an elephant in the room, right? Like, why didn't they say anything about those times? And maybe it's because what could happen with coronavirus wasn't a threat at those times. I've actually spoken to a person from the Centers for Disease Control here in the United States, and what we're facing with coronavirus is you could overwhelm the medical system and like shut it down. And you've already seen what's going on in Italy. They chose not to take actions to shut down basically society, unfortunately. And now look at what happened. And they did too little, too late. So it is actually very serious, and we should treat it very seriously. The problem isn't necessarily you watching that you're going to get sick and die from it. You could. I don't know. There's certain risk groups who are more at risk than others, but the average person, I'll just say it like that, probably nothing's going to happen, even if you get it. But the problem is you could give it to people, and it's really easy to give it to people. It's stupid how easy it is to give it to people. So I just want to say that. Now let's get to the spiritual teaching. So this is a real problem. It sucks. I know, right? We have to accept that this is happening. If you want to talk about where it came from and who to blame and all that, okay. But what I am saying is it's done. It's happening. It's in the streets. It's going on. It's a fucking problem, guys. And unfortunately, a lot more damage is going to be done before this gets better. It'll be fine. You're not going to see civilization fall apart. But here's the thing, guys. This is going on. And everybody, and I mean everybody, is talking about it, and they won't shut the hell up. And I guess you can't blame them, because it is kind of a big deal, right? And I hop on social media, and that's just all I see. I scroll on my Facebook. I don't Facebook that much, but when I do, I'll scroll a little bit, just kind of see, for a minute. I spend like a couple minutes on Facebook a week, if at all. I don't really like Facebook, but my friends are on there. Well, anyway, I'm looking, and it's all coronavirus, all of it. And there's some people that are being all melodramatic about it, and there's people that are joking about it, and just everything is coronavirus. It's on TV, it's on the internet, it's on all the newspapers. That's all there is. It's on the radio. It's everywhere. Coronavirus, just nonstop. Oh my God. Right? And yeah, it's a problem, but Jesus, dude, like, I don't know. I quarantined myself in my house. I'm being a good boy. And you guys are probably doing the same. And if you're not, you should. This needs to be taken seriously. But I just want some peace and quiet. It's just getting a little repetitious. We're beating a dead horse with all the coronavirus talk. Maybe the spiritual thing to do would be to stop talking about it. And here's why that is spiritual. Here's why I would encourage you guys to maybe just give it a rest if you find yourself engaging in all this talk about it. Like if you're going to leave a comment on my video and you're going to go on and on and on about it, you're the problem, okay? You doing that. And here's why. Because if you are aligning with your soul and you're being a spiritual person, you are energetically in a place where you're gonna be more peaceful and calm and aware of the world around you, and nothing really needs to be said. You know what I mean? Like, think of fucking Yoda or something, or think of Eckhart Tolle, or just that. Like, everybody knows like a spiritual person when they see one, and you might look at me and say, well, he's not very spiritual, but I am, because I am very conscious, but I don't go on and on about stuff like coronavirus, and unless I'm making a YouTube video, I really don't say a lot. Honestly, I'm kind of quiet when I'm on my own, or when I'm around other people. I say what needs to be said, and I do what needs to be done. And that's all. You don't sit there and harp and fret and react to the situation. If you're feeding into that frantic energy, you are in old reactive patterns of the ego, right? Which is the old primitive human template. If you are conscious, you are not being reactive, you are being creative. You're making something new. To react is to react. You're acting out old patterns again and again. To be creative is to make something new. If something needs to be done, if you are truly a spiritual person, you see what needs to be done, and you see it so clearly. It's so clear to you because you have that increased consciousness to actually see everything for what it really is. And if there is some doing that needs to be done, you do it. And then it's over. It is not necessary to sit around and go on and 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 on about it. If you need information, go find the information. But don't sit there and obsessively watch videos and talk to your friends about it all day and blah, 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 right? Just chill. Just relax. No, this is not the end of the world. Unfortunately, more damage is going to occur than could have or should have if, say, our leaders would have taken action sooner. And don't give me any polarized political arguments, because around the world, it doesn't matter what political stripe the president or prime minister of any given country around the world internationally was. Because in every case, the leader could have been so-called right-wing or so-called left-wing, and they all made the same mistake, okay? It's human. The problem is human, okay? But this is happening, but being in that frantic, panicked energy is not necessary. Do what needs to be done, and then stop talking about it. Also, I just want to say as an aside that almost everywhere in the world, they have said, we're not going to let the stores run out of food. Please stop panic buying. Okay? There's going to be food. Quit it. Just relax, guys. If we could just relax, this will all play out and it'll be over by the summer. Okay? You're welcome. Have a good day.